Hi all and welcome back. Back in the shed again now. Jen's bike's pretty much all stripped down and still in the house, so until we decide what we're going to do with that, and we've bought some bits and changed some bits and chopped some bits, it's kind of at a standstill. So I'm back in here, and the old Bonneville, the bars, the Pro Taper bars are back on for now, even though I did say it was all going back cafe. I've decided a bit more Bratstyle, so the Pro Taper bars are back on. I've given them about a week. I gave them I got most of the decals off with nail varnish remover and a bit of thinners, but where that brace I mentioned there before was on, it was a bit scratched, and I thought, well, while everything's off, couple of good coats of satin black just to make them look nice and mint again. So I gave that about a week in the house to dry, hung them up in the airing cupboard, so they're pretty good, solid. So they're back on. The only other thing I did was had to dig through me parts bin, and that's the stock Bonneville clutch cable, because I did have one of the Thruxton clutch cables when I had the clip-ons on. Can't really see it, that's got the bend in the elbow, so it just tidied things up, but it was a little bit tight with the slightly higher bars on, so I've reverted back to that. The whole clock thing and the headlights, that's kind of where they're at the moment. I did, and if I can work out Windows Movie Maker, I'll try and put some pickies in, so they might come in a second if I've worked it out. If not, then this is irrelevant. But I kind of wanted to drop the headlights down to here and then drop the clocks. They just mount with 4 bolts onto the top yoke and just mount them underneath, and I just got some longer bolts, threaded them through, put the clocks under, bolted it up, dropped it all down. It looked quite nice. It was a little bit ghetto. You could see like the bolt threads, and I put some put the clocks under, bolted it up, dropped it all down. It looked quite nice. It was a little bit ghetto. You could see like the bolt threads, and I put some rubber from inside of from the like bar end inserts, the rubbers just over them to sleeve it, just to dampen and make it look a bit, you know, nicer. But it kind of just looked a little bit ghetto. So until I can maybe work out fabbing up a little alley bracket or something to lower the clocks down, that I'm happy with, that looks nice, they're going to stay where they are. That's down a little bit lower than the stock Bonnie headlight. It's a smaller light unit anyway, so yeah, I'm probably just obsessing. You know, devil makes work for idle hands and all that. Speaking of which, I'm still waiting, as you can see, for the Predators to turn up. They're fairly soon, hopefully, but whilst digging through my old spares, I found the old Bonneville SE base Bonnie seat, and this one's, I took this off originally when I first got the bike. I got the black Thruxton gel seat, and I've also got the rare as hen's teeth brown 68 seat, because obviously when I initially got it, it was cafe raced, so or I was going for that cafe racer look, and the Thruxton seat is the one you want if you want to put the cowl on, which I did. So this has been stuck in the cupboard for ages and ages, but I've got it out because I'm taking a few more Bratstyle cues a little bit now, you know, and one of the things I like about them is you have a very almost plank-like seat, you know. And this seat anyway is, I think they brought this out because it's a lot lower than the T100 seat, which is that very flat kind of seat. It's for the shorter rider. Quite like the profile of this, the lowness to it, and I thought there's something I can probably do with this. Rather than just make a flat seat out of a bit of steel, or I've seen it even done with wood and foam, I'm not really using this. So it's got the seat pan, it's all moulded out for the electronics underneath, it's got the fastening points. Well, I'm not going to use this, they don't make an awful lot of money, so I'm going to try and cut it up, because it's quite, I like it to about here, but I think it needs to be a lot thinner because it's a very big bulbous wide seat. So I'm going to kind of try to chop it down, and I don't know, I'll probably just mess up a perfectly good seat, but it's going to be entertaining anyway. So yeah, you can, I'll just do a quick comparison. So there's that one on there like that, and then if I just take this one off with one hand, you can see the sorry, this is all still one-handed, but see, I really like the Brain seat, I really do. I won't cut this up because you can't get these seats anymore, and I've got to sell this seat. This is what I'm gutted about. I love it to pieces. I think it looks really nice with the black, but I haven't got a job at the moment. I've just lost my job, so I need to make some money. So the Norman Hyde togas are going to be sold, as is the Brain seat, and because they don't make them anymore, I've seen them go for some fairly good money. So that's going to go on eBay as soon as I've resolved the eBay issues I currently have. Long boring story, but there you go. Anyway, enough waffling. I'm going to start taking the staples out of that and having a look at what's underneath and trying to decide what I'm going to do with the seat. So wish me luck.